Okay, now that we have the center line drawn onto the foam, we need to transfer the dimensions from the other plane onto this foam. We're going to basically make it kind of like one of those old dot-to-dots we used to do when we were kids. I'm going to mark all the intersecting points onto the foam, and then we'll just draw the lines connecting the dots. You may want to get a piece of paper to write these measurements down. It might make it a little easier for you. So we're going to start off of the center line. You can use a tape measure or one of the squares and line it up onto the center line. And we're going to mark 3 dots on the center line. The first one will be marked at 1 inch. Just mark a little dot on the center line at 1 inch in from the back. The next one's going to be 3.5 inches. Mark another dot. And the third one will be at 4.5 inches. So you'll have 3 dots on the center line. Next, we're going to go ahead and take the square. I usually like taking the long side because it makes it straighter. Line it up onto the 4.5 inch dot and line this straight on the center line. And then we're going to come over 4 inches and mark another dot. Alright, do the same thing on the other side. Flip it over. It's very important that you're lined up on this line. This is what's going to make sure that all our dimensions are square, because we're going off the center line of the wing. So make sure that it's centered on the line. And make another dot at 4 inches. Alright, for the next one, you'll need a larger square. We're going to come off of the 3.5 inch mark on the center line. Line up the corner of the square on the 3.5 inch dot and make sure it's straight on the edge here. And then just mark the edge of the foam on the outside so you can see it better. Just mark it on the outside corner. And again, flip it over. Make sure you're still on the center line and on the 3.5 inch mark. And mark the edge again. Alright, then the last 2 dots that we're going to make are going to come off the center line. And from the center line over, mark it at 16 inches. Alright, we're going to flip it over again. Line it up on the center line again. Mark it at 16 inches again. Alright, these are all the dots that we need to draw the wing. So, let's play connect the dots. Alright, you'll need a straight edge for this. Line it up on the first 2 dots here. The 1 inch dot and the one that came out 4 inches. And draw your line. Then we're going to go to the 16-inch dot. And draw the line. And just work your way around the piece of foam, connecting the dots. After this one, the wing will be halfway done as far as being marked. Alright, after you got one side done, turn it around and do the other side. Just make sure to take your time and make the lines nice and dark so you can see them, even if you have to make multiple passes over it. You want to make sure that you have a nice dark line to go by when we're going to cut it. Alright, just a couple more lines and we'll have the wing drawn onto the foam. Alright, last line to go. Okay, there's the shape, the basic shape of our wing.